Getting ready to get in this truck this morning, go to Menards, get some more material to work on the garage and the fence, and get back here in a few hours and see what we got. Made it back home. It's not even noon yet. That's good. Anyway, that's going to take me halfway down what's left on the fence and should get the corner closed in on the garage completely. So I don't think I'm going to work on this anymore today, probably tomorrow. Anyway, while you guys weren't looking, I went ahead and I got the rest of the poles in. I got the stringers on, so that's all ready to go. And also over here, I got the rest of the blocks on this corner, so I'm ready to finish staining them and get a flashing on there. I haven't went all the way with it yet, but I've got them stepped around the corner here, so ready to continue this way now. Anyway, back out here in a bit. Knox County, Illinois, where I live, they got some kind of a thing going on right now where they're trying to catch traffickers, like drug traffickers and the such, you know. And they've added a bunch of extra police out right now. I don't know how long it's going on. But anyway, I got pulled over by a state cop yesterday on my way home with this material in the old 1-ton. And you don't see very many state cops around here usually, you know. He pulled me over. I didn't have my seatbelt on, was why. And I knew it as soon as I seen him turn around and come in behind me. Anyway, he came up to the window and I said, let me show you something if you don't mind. I opened the door and I said, this damn thing's locked. I can't get it to work, you know. And he said, oh, it's broken? I said, yeah, it's broken. And I said, be honest with you, I didn't even know about it till today. I don't drive this truck very often. He said, well, I'm just gonna write you a warning. That's good. Anyway, I got another gallon of this cold tinted concrete stain. Let's go over and finish painting that, see how far we get today. I would like to get that wall closed in on the east side. I get the siding on down to that corner, this will all start to look done, you know. That'd be good, right? It's Saturday. I'm not really ambitious, but I think maybe I could get that far. I got the stain on them, clear down to the corner. My thoughts are, after I get this little section here done, I'll just stain the whole thing one more time just to kind of even everything out, you know, so it all looks the same. So flashing J channel, I got a new piece of fascia for that. That one up there's not nailed. It wasn't long enough to reach the end. I just tucked it up in behind there and it stayed there for a long time. I got one long enough now, so we'll get that on. I started working over here. Let me show you. I wanted to get a 2x4 on here and get it plumbed up. Underneath that, I guess you would call it a header or sill plate, I guess would be the correct term. It's a sill plate without a wall. It's just got these braces under it. But anyway, I got this plumbed up now. I needed to know where I needed to end these blocks. So if you can imagine, there's going to be a post set out here somewhere with a door jamb built off of it for the wall. That'll be the opening to get in here. So on the outside of that 2x4, there's going to be stringers. So if I hold this one up here, it would essentially be like that, and they would come out to a post set in the ground that would be the edge of my door opening. So I got about 5 inches in there I need to put concrete board on, and then I can get my J channel up through here and just leave a gap big enough to slide the metal siding in, you know, when I get ready to finish off this opening. And then here there'll be a pole set clear up, and it'll also hold the fence. And then that corner will just get closed in straight down rather than at an angle. So anyway, I've got this 5-inch piece marked out here on this scrap piece of concrete board that was left over. I think the next step is to get that cut out and get it in there. And then I can finish these blocks on this corner. So I'm gonna put that concrete board in there for now, get the J channel up here and down through there, and then this whole corner is ready for siding. Got 2 of these circular saws, and the older one, I just keep a masonry blade in it all the time. Seems like I'm always got to be cutting a block or something, and the better of the 2, I got a wood blade in. See if we can get this on there. They got these special screws they want you to use for this durarock. That's what that concrete board's called, durarock. I don't know, they're just kind of got like a little serrated head on them on the back side. I don't have very many left, but I don't have very far to go, so I got enough. All right, that's on there. If we put the 2x4 up there, we got a little bit of gap there. We could slide the siding clear back in. I might have got the gap a little wide. I probably could have went 5 1/8 with that, but that's fine. We'll plumb the J channel up just a little tighter in. Come on up and then come down with it. Let's try that. Gotta get a longer ladder. I couldn't reach up at the top. I think maybe now I can. What I've been doing, I've been holding this scrap piece of 2x in here, and then just making sure my trowel will still slide in. You know, when I put the metal on, I'll just cut the rib off so it's just a flat piece, you know. But that should get me, I think. So I need to continue up top here. I gotta get a 2x4 up there on that angle. I don't have anything to hook J channel to up there. So get something measured and cut in there real quick, and yeah. Looks like the overall length on that needs to be about 52 inches. I don't know if I need to go get the angle finder and put the angle on this, or if I can just hold it up there and trace it. I'm gonna hold it up there once and just see what it looks like, I think. That's the angle I need, but it needs to be down to the end. So let's set the angle finder on that, transfer it to the end, and then see what our other cut needs to be. That's it right there. Let's take this on down to the corner, make us a mark, cut it right there. Now that we got this angle cut on here, this should drop down in on one side on this end, and we can just trace the other end, you know. Yeah, the angle on there was right. That top part had to have like a bird's eye cut in it to fit underneath that plate. I think I got that right. Let me try it. It's not perfect, end up being a little short, but it'll work. Raining. That's okay. It hasn't rained here for like 6 weeks, maybe longer. I mean, not even a drop. I think the last time it rained, you guys remember when I rode that BSA on that first ride out of town? I went out to the curve. I think that's the last time it rained. I think it's been like 6 weeks ago. And then it got hot. So I'm enjoying the rain and the cool weather. I took this piece of fascia off, and I just took this bending bar, and I just kept walking down it. I bent it first to like 22 degrees, then walked back about maybe 45, and then finally got it to where it's just under 90. So it's got a little bit of a slope to it. I didn't want to go run a sheet metal brake for one piece, you know. And anyway, I think I got that ready to go on if it quits raining. So I'm gonna sit here and have a cup of coffee. I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna nail it. And then, yeah. I'll fix that insulation, that hole where the birds got in there, and should be able to put the siding on. It's getting ready to put the flashing on, and I put a level on it. I got one small problem. my own fault. Starting about right here, my blocks got a little high. I need to just shave the top off of this right here so my flashing stays level. And I might have to rip the top off clear down unless I can make it up with the mortar joints little by little. I'm still probably going to have to rip a little bit of it. I don't think you'll ever see it. But anyway, I'm just going to cut the top off this a little bit, or try to. Hope I don't screw it up. All right, I think that's better. Level's reading right anyway. So let's nail that. All right, I got that all nailed in. I'm more or less pretty happy with that. I think next step here is get this new piece of fascia on. And go from there. All right, I got the fascia all on there. 12 foot wouldn't quite reach. I still ended up with a seam here with a short piece, but that's okay. Well, you know, after the gutter's on, you won't see any of it, but I gotta find some of them white aluminum nails, get that nailed up. I think I know where some's at. You don't wanna put in a whole lot of them nails because it just buckles everywhere you put a nail. And it don't take much to hold it. And a good example is that piece I just put up. I took down and put a new piece up. It's been on there for 2 or 3 years with no nails in it whatsoever. It just fit tight under the drip edge and that held it. So I'm gonna get maybe 6 nails in there altogether, 8 maybe, and then we'll fix this hole maybe. Birds tore my insulation up. All right, we got that leftover piece of 2x4 when we cut that angled piece off earlier. Let's just go ahead and put it right here. Use it up. It's like 22 inches. Yeah. It's Sunday morning. I got done yesterday what I wanted to. I got the corner closed off up to the end. This is the first time ever you've been able to walk out here and not see construction zone, something unfinished, you know, unless you turn the corner. I would like to go ahead and get the scratch coat on this durarock down here so it's ready for block, but it's supposed to rain. I don't know if it's a good idea to put that on today or not. I suppose I could drape plastic over it and staple it on there, but I think I'm going to back the truck up to that gateway, get some deck boards laid on these sawhorses, and maybe get a little further with the fence. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all them things. We'll catch you on the next one. Later, Jeremy.